Are there any like takeaways, like major messages that you can recall from the past lives that might clear up some conceptions or judgments that
Yeah.
you could share?
Um, in terms of like misconceptions about like what a session could be like.
No, like judgments about, I'm sorry, I wasn't specific. I apologize. Misconceptions about life, people, their ways of life, their choices,
Yeah.
religions, beliefs, anything like that that will cause us, because we judge one another and have preconceived notions and issues against others because of our limited beliefs and understanding. And through understanding, I mean, one or two things: either you just want to be an asshole,
Mhm.
or you just or you're ignorant. It's not, there is no in between. Either you have lack of understanding or you just want to be an ass. So
Right.
yeah, I'm really trying to see, is there something that you, any takeaways, just to help that.
Totally. Yeah, a lot of my sessions, a key takeaway that I would find is like we're we're all human at the end of the day. And um we're all human and we're all connected. And like what you do in this life or and how you treat someone is like it's going to come back to you in some way. So like when my clients say like why am I constantly having this like horrible interaction with so and so in my life, and it's just this reoccurring toxic pattern. Well, sometimes the higher self will say, well, it's because like this is how you treated this person in a different life, and so this is
Ooh.
coming back to you, so you better watch yourself. So
Okay.
it yeah, I mean, I think like what goes around comes around, and that's been a key lesson that I've learned through the sessions with my clients. Also, I've learned, like fear is an illusion. So we use fear as a crutch, and it's an illusion. It's not real. And a lot of times, like people have worries about like, for example, right? I'm starting a new business. Like, when will the money come? I'm nervous, I got bills to pay, this, and those are very valid fears. Those are concerns that people face all the time.
Right.
Um, but I think it's what I've learned through the sessions is like my clients who've had those issues, those the higher self will say, fear is an illusion. Like money will come. The moment that you believe that it'll come. So the moment that you put that fear out of your mind and the moment you plant a seed in your mind that money is coming for me, and you start to manifest like what we talked about earlier, and you start to visualize your dream life, like that will all play out for you. And that's another key lesson. Like the higher self will always say for my clients, like they'll always say, she needs or he needs to visualize. He needs to sit down with himself and visualize his dream life. And often I'll be very specific. So like I'll ask the questions that my clients have for the higher self, but then I'll ask like follow-up questions like, how many times should she do this? And the higher self will say every day, 15 minutes a day, da, 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 da. And because we need to know, right? Like we can't sit
Hmm.
down and be like, oh, I just need to manifest my life and I'll just do it like once a month. I mean, the higher self is saying consistency is key,
Yes.
and you need to keep practicing it. I mean, that's the only way that we ourselves will believe it. I mean, the more that we visualize our dream life, the more we will believe it, and the more kind of the universe will give you what you need to make it reality. So I think that's been another beautiful lesson that I've learned. Other than that, I would say, yeah, I think one of them was just what we're consuming on a daily basis in terms of food. That is like, it's
Mhm.
just a lot of it is can be toxic for
Okay.
us. So to combat that, like the higher self will say, be very picky choosy in terms of what you decide to put into your body, because this is
Okay.
the body you're going to have in this life. So a lot of times like what we put in our body can affect, we know this, like it can affect our mood, it can affect our health, of course. um but there's a lot of other things like in our food that we don't know of. So the higher self will say, read the labels, do your research, and be picky choosy about what you eat
Hmm.
as well. I get that, I've been getting that a lot recently from my clients. And then, yeah, and nature is healing. I always have my clients higher self say that nature is healing. And just being out with nature, grounding, or even if you're not grounding, just being out with nature is tremendously healing. And it's something that I think we all need to practice more. And I certainly love it. But yeah, I definitely will be practicing that more.